Tintin XL 92.5 FM.
And we welcome you in on a Thursday installment of the program. The new drug today is Jadan Baugh. What's Jadan Baugh going to do?
Go to Texas.
You think?
Yeah.
Is that the word?
It just seems like the Longhorns are very, very confident. And I always think that if you haven't figured it out by this point, you're probably losing the guy. So I hope I'm wrong. But I'm also not of the – I think he's a great college player. I don't buy into if they don't sign Jadan Baugh if they're not going to score a touchdown next year.
And see, I'm glad you said that. That's kind of where I am too. I think he's a very, very good college running back, but it's a de-emphasized position, and it just is in football. In the last 20 years, it's a de-emphasized position. The ghosts of Jim Brown and Emmett and Barry Sanders and Gale Sayers just aren't what they once were. It just so
I'm paying quarterback, I'm paying receiver, I'm paying pass rusher,
and
I'm paying
corner.
offensive tackle.
Yeah, and maybe
a corner.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I want to get to the Wild West. We've talked a lot about. I got some thoughts about that. God bless my friend Greg McGarity. He won't be here today. Last week was his last Gator Bowl college football report. And he does a great job. Greg McGarity is one of the all-time good guys, by the way. He's done a great job, as Rick Catlett did before him with the Gator Bowl. But now the Missouri quarterback's not going to play in the game. I don't even know how to say his name. Prabula. Did you see? So last night, Old Dominion played USF, and neither quarterback played?
I saw that USF's quarterback wasn't playing because he's
played.
He's a pretty good
Brown
portal prospect. Bynum, I think is his name.
Yeah, I think neither played.
I didn't know that on the other side.
Now the Old Dominion guy might be in play for Florida. They're saying.
So now we can't even keep guys in bowl games. I understand the guys are going to be first round, second round picks, not wanting to play in bowl games. Now we can't even keep guys that because they're leaving for the portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a thing for a few years now.
It's just
bowl games are dead.
This system is so the college football system. Does it have any solutions? Because all it seems to have is problems. I guess they will crown a national champion.
And who are these leaders coming forward to make changes? I haven't seen one.
To say it's Thunderdome would be an insult to Thunderdome.
There was rules.
It's unbelievable how this climate has been able to take hold, and it is only going to get worse. I think now everybody is realizing that, hey, I'm a free agent. Why would I sign with my current school unless they're going to just dazzle me with an offer? Why wouldn't I listen to 129 other schools that play Division I football?
Because here's what I've heard about the Jadan Baugh. Okay, and I'll tell you my take on it. The little bit of the few connections I have on this. Here's what I've heard about the Jadan Baugh. For people that don't know, he's the outstanding running back at Florida. That will be one of the better running backs in the country next year. We saw him remember the spring game? The first time we saw him run off a 40, we said, "Wow!"
And Florida State's yet to tackle him.
Yeah, he had the big game at the end of the year, correct? But here's where Jadan Baugh is. Jadan Baugh was not even though Billy Napier played against his dad, which was the connection, and a lot of people recruiting him as a linebacker. They took him as a running back, and he turned out to be a great running back, obviously.
Yeah, he was committed to Arkansas until like the last week of the signing period.
Yeah. So Florida flipped him, but apparently it's fine that the running back coach went to Texas, but Jadan Baugh, it's not like they're super close. I'm not saying they're not close, but it's not like, okay, his coach is gone. So I think Faulkner coming to Florida will affect the kid coming here because that's quarterback. That's the guy that recruited him. That's
you're talking about Philo.
Philo, yeah. That if he comes there, that would be if he goes to Florida, that would be the reason.
Right.
Okay. I don't sense that Baugh has. I just saw today he did a Florida Victorious thing. Did you see that? That was just today. He did a Florida Victorious thing, and he's talking about how much he helped. I think he's a really nice kid. He's trying to help young kids, and he's getting paid for it, by the way. So,
right. Hey, by the way, Florida Victorious people, feel free to send the money I send you every month. And give it to Jadan Baugh if it'll help.
How much?
That $25 a month.
Whoa! Do you send $25 a month? Does Jadan Baugh know that?
I don't know.
Okay, because that could.
That's a game changer.
Let me ask you this: would you be willing to?
Up it to 27?
No, would you be willing to group your December and your January money?
Sure.
$50 could change it.
Hey, I'd pay $50 to watch Jadan Baugh play football for the Gators one more year. Absolutely.
But apparently, this whole Jadan Baugh thing, he's just his representation just wants to wait for the best offer, and I don't fault him. I don't fault these kids today. If that's where the climate is, well, they're not loyal. That's
capitalism.
Yeah, and not only that, but the not loyal, that thing left years ago. The not loyal thing is so. What I think is
this is employees and employers.
So,
that's what it is. Yeah. It's the marketplace.
Yeah, and
if somebody can get more money at a different job, they're going to go.
Yeah, and that's right. And if you have a representation, they're certainly not loyal. They don't care. Their job is to get you the most money.
They want the commission.
So I think what's happening here is the where can I get the best deal? And at the end of the day, so that's what I want to learn more about this whole process. Do they
know everything there is to know about it because there is no process.
Yeah, well, correct.
The process is total chaos. Yeah, well, that's the plan, and they've executed it to perfection.
But I'm with you. But when you go into the athletic department of the football office, does the GM and the coach, but the GM manage the money, does he have X dollars to spend like an NFL team? Okay, I'm going to give my quarterback $3 million because that's the going rate for quarterbacks, but the going rate for a running back is $1 million or whatever. It may be way off, but for the sake of the conversation, the going rate's $1 million. Well, Texas offered him 1.5. Yet I've got it budgeted. If I go 1.5, now I can't give Dallas Wilson as much money. I mean, I think that's what.
Well, that ends the conversation right there. But I'd much rather have Dallas.
Well,
Wilson.
Of course, but you see my point. I think you have this group of money. Is it that simple? That's my question. Is it just as simple as, hey, I've budgeted 1.25 for Baugh. Texas offered him 1.5. His representation came back to us and said, listen, you got to get to 1.5 or he's leaving the Texas.
Then you go get another running back for $600,000.
But my question is that the process? What I'm trying to get to is that how – because it seems like it is. It seems like it's just as simple as is that. And what is the crazy world we're in? And you can make the argument, by the way, that it's always been that way. It's just now we know it. I mean,
it's just never been this many people at the table with millions of dollars. Yeah, it's always been the money, the amounts were less, and there were few schools that were willing to engage in the cheating component of it. Now every school has $22 million to spend before you even get to the first NIL dollar. And
I know
they're all going to spend it.
We all have cases. I could tell you cases in the 80s that I know that I'm not going to name them, that I really do know player X was going to go to school Y until school Z came up with a roof for his father's house and a brand new Trans Am. I can tell you, I know the stories.
Right.
Yeah, and I know who they are, and I know who paid the money, and of all these schools. But at least then it was wink, wink. We're going to lie about it. Now it's just out there. So I really think that's where we are. But it never happened with existing players. And back in the day, it was always recruits.
And it was really penal to transfer.
Right.
So you had to sit out. And so you were discouraged from leaving your current school.
Correct.
And in some cases, totally blocked if you wanted to go to another school that was either in proximity or in the same conference as the school you were leaving. And look, I don't think that's right. But, I mean, the happy medium would be to collectively bargain this and come up with a structure in which these players get paid what they should be making, considering the billions that they're bringing in from TV deals. But there should be some contract control over the player for at least 2 years.
There should be multiple-year contracts.
4.
There should be multi-year contracts. That what would, at least for the here and now, what would solve it for today is an agreement. And you're right. There's probably got to be some sort of a collectively bargained agreement. But the agreement has to be in place that everybody agrees there's multi-year contracts that, like in pro sports, are not breakable. If you have a now.
What about if they fire their coach?
Well, you can work all that in.
You could have some.
You could have caveats.
Yeah. But here's the problem. Here's the problem with these contracts is people say, well, would the players agree to that? Well, that means the school's got to be willing to make the contract good too. If you pay $3 million to the quarterback, and all of a sudden 6 games in, you realize, oh boy, he's not very good. And you have a 2-year deal.
It's guaranteed.
It's guaranteed. So you have to pay. And I can tell you, schools have pushed back on that too. It's not just the players and the agents pushing back. It's the schools have pushed back on it too, because some schools can't afford to have a $3 million quarterback sitting on the bench, which is why they might be playing. So, but it is crazy. We'll talk a little bit about that coming up.
I've never seen a sport change so much in my lifetime as college football.
I agree with you. I agree.
Frankly, it's just stunning. I understand why it has happened, because the money got so big and the old system was incredibly antiquated in terms of favoring the schools over the players. But it is just remarkable how it's a totally different sport now.
And we had Matt Hayes and I have Greg Sankey on every year when we go to the SEC Media Days. And I asked him point blank, I've told you this. I've asked you, well, you might have heard it, but I asked him point blank. I said, is the biggest problem in college athletics today these expanding conferences, and what are we going to do about the playoff and the TV contract, and Cal's got to travel to Tallahassee to play a volleyball game? Is that the biggest problem? He said, no. He said, all of that's a problem. The biggest problem is players changing schools every year. That's the biggest problem. The biggest thing we have to solve is the ridiculous amount of transfers on an annual basis. That's the one we have to solve. So you would think with all these smart people, somewhere along the line, you'd find a way to solve that. That's the one you have to solve, and that's why everybody. And look, and by the way, every school that complains about it also benefits from it. You know, Florida can't complain about losing Jadan Baugh if they're getting this quarterback that Georgia Tech fans have been waiting on for 3 years. Exactly. And all of a sudden he's going to be their quarterback. So everybody benefits and gets hurt and helped by it.
I thought it was stunning last night. So Florida in basketball is playing this school, St. Francis, that just went to the NCAA tournament like 2 years ago.
Right.
But they're terrible now because their school administration, they said this on the broadcast, I thought it was really interesting. Their administration at St. Francis has decided we're going to go from D1 to D3,
right?
Because we don't want to operate in this world of athletics.
Correct.
I mean, it's
probably when they were good in the tournament, they got everybody snatched from them.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like
they see a system that's simply not going to be sustainable for them. Mm-hmm. Now, no one will ever hear from them.
They don't have enough money to
They'll
pay
be a D3 school, and no one will ever pay any attention, obviously, and they won't have the chance to have I found it interesting that this is a school that tasted what the NCAA tournament can provide from an exposure standpoint, and they were like, right or wrong, they were like, you know what, we want no part of this, and we'll just go back to D3. It's amazing what has happened to collegiate athletics, and it's only going to get worse because we are at least 5 years away from any kind of collective bargaining agreement that would be ironclad enough to fight back every legal challenge that will be mounted until they have a structured system in place.
I'd love to push back on what you just said. I'd love to say, but 5 minimum. There's no, and that might be ambitious. Honestly, that might even be that. So we'll talk more about it. So we got a lot of things to talk about there. I want to get back into the college conversation. What possible ways to fix it? How do you fix the bowls? What are the bowls supposed to do with all this? I want to get to that coming up later on in the program. When we come back, though, let's talk some Jaguars Broncos. You're going to hear from Dennis Gardeck today. Boy, is he an important player, and I'm going to explain to you why I think he is so important. Maybe one of the most important Jaguars in that football game. Coming up. We'll talk Jags and Broncos. You'll hear from Dennis Gardeck. That's how we'll kick off the program on a Thursday. It's 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Every Sunday drive deserves a Monday morning quarterback.
Did anyone look at the scoreboard?
We'll take apart the top games, key plays, and controversial calls from the weekend.
Post-game Monday.
Delivered by Dandy Foods on 1010XL.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside, your locally owned commercial truck headquarters and proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hey, it's Rick Ballou. We got a fresh shipment of hard-to-find ProMaster vans, perfect for Section 179. My buddy Tommy and his team are committed to the community and make the process simple. Upfits, delivery, everything handled right. If you need ProMaster vans or commercial trucks for your fleet, you need Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside.
You already know it's your main man E to the T here for Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft. And with ball season here, make sure you're on the lookout for my instant reaction before, during, or after the game. All brought to you by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree drafts. Come on, somebody.
Food that's good for you can taste good too. Flame Broiler has protein-packed bowls to fuel your day. Introducing their new chicken avocado salad bowl, made with romaine lettuce, rice, cabbage salad, and topped with a delicious house sesame dressing. It's a bowl full of goodness. Eat in, take out, or catered. Flame Broiler is easy to enjoy. Come in Monday through Sunday for happy hour, 2 to 5 p.m. for a chicken mini bowl and drink for $6.95 plus tax. 5 area Flame Broilers to serve you.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
The holidays are here, and before you hit the road, make sure your car is ready. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, you'll get an expert oil change in 15 minutes with no appointment, and you never leave your car. Stop by any of their convenient Jacksonville locations and let the pros get you holiday travel ready. With a 4.7 national customer rating and ranked #1 quick lube in America by Forbes, Valvoline gives you quick, trusted service when it matters most. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Drive in today and travel with confidence this holiday season.
Hey, Jags fans, Tommy Mack here. Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with Crown Royal Rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
Mark Watson here to tell you a little bit about hardballcreative.com. It's your online promo haven with thousands of ideas on how to promote your company. We're open 24/7, 365.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
We appreciate our friends from Stanley Pools. 904-269-7277. I talked to my friend Greg Stanley today, as a matter of fact. Man, they are just rocking along. That pool company since 1988 has been doing it. And Greg and I had a conversation today just about how many years and how proud he is that he's been able to grow it. His dad, Bob Stanley, God rest his soul, started the company back in 88, and that family has done a great job. It is truly it still is a true family company. Stanley Pools isn't one of these companies that got bought out by some big conglomerate and just kept the Stanley name. It is still Greg Stanley, Kim, his family, they run it, and they do a wonderful job. So if you want a family business that really will make sure you get it right and they get it right for you, you want my friends at Stanley Pools. They really, really are good at it. Frangie and Carline and La Selva with you. You made a point at some point that I agreed with, which is unusual.
It happened once.
Unusual. And I don't like the fact that I agreed with it. But you made a point one time that I agreed with it. The Jaguars have big physical defensive linemen, but they don't have bendy, twitchy pass rushers. That's one thing they probably need to get more of. And maybe this guy B.J. Green's going to be that. He's a young guy. And but they're using Dennis Gardeck in that role because he is that. Even though he's a linebacker, he's a good pass rusher, and he's more bendy, twitchy guy. I think he's critically important this week, Hayes, because Bo Nix in the pocket is okay. Bo Nix out of the pocket is really good. So I think this week, maybe as much as any game they'll play this year, a guy like Gardeck's really important.
Absolutely. And the thing you'll hear in this interview, Dennis kind of goes through some of the early years of his NFL career when I ask him about playing in Mile High, because, again, he was an undrafted guy, and he's one of these great NFL success stories, but he's learned what he does well at this level, and he applies it. And obviously the high motor is the number one thing, but he's developed a nice finesse array of moves to get around tackles that are much bigger than he is. And he has become a vital weapon for this Jaguar defense. He has 2.5 sacks. He has 6 tackles for loss. He has 9 quarterback hits. And really, when you think about that, it took until about October before they were ready to give him a lot of those looks. So he's done an outstanding job for the Jaguars. A very, very underrated, brilliant signing by James Gladstone and company.
And I think you're going to see that game this week where Nix is running around and making plays off schedule and scrambling, and that's when a guy like that is really a factor for your defense. An important part of this gigantic game coming up on Sunday is Dennis Gardeck, and he's the subject of this Hayes Carline one-on-one.
Now, Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors takes you in the locker room.
We're pleased to be joined with Jaguars linebacker Dennis Gardeck here on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Man, it's great to see you. How you doing?
Good to see you. Doing well. Just finished up a pretty clean walkthrough, so feeling good.
What's been the first point of emphasis, Dennis, when you watch the Broncos and the versatile attack that they have?
Yeah, stopping the run, containing the quarterback. They do a lot of stuff to mess with your eyes, so it's a big week to be detailed.
Have you played a lot against Sean Payton teams before?
I haven't spent much time. Looks pretty similar to what we had going last week. Obviously, just working at a higher clip, so honing in on those details for sure.
I know you were in Arizona for many years, so the rotation doesn't set up all that often to go to Mile High. Have you ever played in Denver?
I have. So we played a lot of preseason games there. So I think it was my second year in the league. I was on a 3-man rotation for 2 spots at inside linebacker in the 4th preseason game, dating myself a little bit there. And the altitude will mess with you a little bit. But just being able to control the controllables and rely on your training and stay calm through that stuff, I think we'll be okay.
How big of a night was that for you in your career?
That 4th preseason game? Yeah, it was a roller coaster just on how like the preseason had played out that year. I'm a little uncomfortable finding myself in that 4th preseason late in the game, still rolling. Like, this is kind of where the guys are usually getting out of the game that are going to be on that 53-man. But just staying composed and knowing that all I can control is what I'm putting out on tape. Was fortunate enough to stick around.
You've got such a great story. When did you kind of first realize that you can play at this level and play at a high level?
I try to carry the mentality that I did as a rookie. I just think that nothing's given to you in this league, and just really trying to prove it and find different areas that you're deficient and work on those and keep your strengths your strengths. So, like, goal number 1 every year is to make the 53-man. And I don't want to ever lose sight of that. I think part of that is just being undrafted. But obviously you can't stay content with just making a team. So it's kind of set that early, and then once you get that accomplished, all right, now let's go to work. Let's build off of what we were doing last year.
What elements of your game are you particularly happy with right now?
I think the best part of my game, or what I'm pleased with, is obviously moving forward in the rush and being able to make quick decisions, being able to see what I'm getting, and knowing where the weakness is. If they're sitting for power, being able to take an edge. If they're I get a lot of playing out for speed where it does turn into more of a bull rush type of deal. But being able to listen and hear the call and thinking pre-snap, I think, is probably one of my strong suits.
Walk us through the sack you had on Sunday against the Jets. How did that play open up for you?
The tackle had a strong outside hand punch, and just based on the calls and the way things had gone, it was a mandatory keep the edge, don't let the quarterback out of the pocket, and it was just kind of some stalemates early. And I think he was sitting for a same type of a rush there, and just happened to push that outside hand by, and he kind of had to panic because he lost all of his power, and I knew that counter inside was there, and the spin is just, I feel like when you got short arms and you're a smaller guy, the spin is easier than a counter hump. So I knew that was going to be there, and fortunately the quarterback had to step up. And
We talked a few weeks ago, and you were saying what a big fan you are of LeQuint and how much you've appreciated his mindset and how he kind of reminds you how you were. He's obviously going to get a bigger role now, and he's already been playing a huge role. But obviously with Bayshore being down for a few weeks, how excited are you to see LeQuint Allen get a more expanded role in the offense?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I don't think anybody inside this building will be surprised when he goes out there and has the kind of production he does. But it'll be cool for everybody else to kind of put everybody else on notice, just because we've seen it day in and day out all the way back from when I got here in the spring. So it'll be nice to kind of be on the other side of things. I remember all the vets were so happy for me when I got those first opportunities to get out there and rush. So to be on the other side of it and be able to hype him up, I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Always fun catching up with you, Dennis. We certainly appreciate it. Best.
Yeah, I mean, Dennis Gardeck, that's the kind of signing you have to have a special year. And the under the radar players, the quote role guys that have stepped into bigger roles than even that have exceeded expectations. It is one of the real vital organs of why this team has been so successful, particularly early in the year where the Stars are playing much better now, but the Stars in the first half of the year were kind of disappointing as a collective.
Yeah.
And it was those role guys that I think really kept them in it. And now as the Stars have picked up their play, the role players haven't hit a wall. They're continuing to deliver, and Dennis Gardeck is among the top on that list.
Yeah, and I would say that's when your GM is really at his best. Anybody, if you have the third overall pick in the draft, can go pick a good player. It's the guys, the Dennis Gardecks who you go find, the Jacoby Myers who you go find that make your team significantly better that you might not have had beforehand. So I agree with you, Hayes. I think and he's important. I'm telling you, he's important this week, boy, for all the ways that game's going to play out. Let's take a break. When we come back, I want to get to some other thoughts about the whole college thing and how to fix it. I got a thought or two. We'll throw it out there after this.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
The new Ackerman Cancer Center is now open at World Golf Village, providing state-of-the-art screenings and diagnostic exams with no referral required. Same-day appointments are available. Call today or visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
It's December. You need cash. You also need a new Kia Fast. At Kia on Atlantic, you can get both because it's our year-end cash bash. And during the Kia Season of New Tradition sales event, make no payments for up to 6 months or take advantage of 0% APR. Hurry and get to the year-end cash bash. Online at KiaOnAtlantic.com. Kia on Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection. For complete details, call 904-250-0587.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Lacey, your bar manager here at Fourscore Golf Tavern. We're officially kicking off the holiday season, and both of our locations, San Marco and Gate Parkway, are fully festive and ready for you to enjoy. Make sure you stop by and check out our holiday cocktail menu, lunch, and dinner specials. Happy hour is all day, every Tuesday. The fun continues with 10 top-of-the-line simulators between both locations, offering multiple games in almost every sport you can think of. So gather your group, get in the spirit, and come celebrate at Fourscore, the place to be in Jacksonville for holiday fun.
Hey, 1010XL fans, it's game time, but don't get sidelined from the fun. The JTA Game Day Express is the smartest way to get to the bank on time. It's all sponsored by the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens. There are 5 convenient pickup locations across the River City, but remember, Game Day Express is cashless. All passes must be purchased through the MyJTA mobile app. Get your $10 pass today. For all of your game day needs, go to myjtafla.com.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. With over 1,800 5-star Google reviews, it was a no-brainer to have Closets by Design get us organized for the holidays. From closets to garages to laundry rooms and so much more. Closets by Design will design a custom storage solution for all of your spaces. Nothing says happy holidays like a home that is peaceful and clutter-free. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation before year-end and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off with free installation. Call 878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
If you need a holiday gift idea, let Kuhn Flowers handle that for you. This is Max with 1010XL. Simply go online to kuhnflowers.com and look at the wide variety of floral and plant arrangements that will make someone's day this holiday season.
What Baltimore Orioles player received a 22-minute standing ovation?
For over 20 years, Southern Oak Insurance has given Floridians a better alternative to their current homeowners policy. See what you can get with Southern Oak. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Cal Ripken holds the record of playing 2,632 consecutive games. On his final game, the Oriole great received a 22-minute standing ovation.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pet Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPetServices.com.
We love talking sports on 1010XL, and I-9 Sports loves giving kids the perfect way to grow up playing the game. Spring and summer registration going on right now. Log on to i9sports.com to see all they've got to offer for kids ages 3 and up. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Year-round sports all across the First Coast. St. John's, Duval, and Clay. Sign up now for spring and summer. Great new locations added like Tocoy Creek High School and Westside Middle. Get your kids in the game with I-9 Sports. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount at i9sports.com.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
Sure appreciate our friends from Stanley Pools. 904-269-7277. Pools, screen enclosures, backyards, pergolas, all of the stuff, the renovations, and they'll service your pool. They do a great job. They came out and kind of did some stuff on our pool this week, as a matter of fact. So call my friends at Stanley Pools. Frangie Carline in La Selva with you. You know, as we talked earlier at the top of the program, Hayes, about the need for collective bargaining and more of a system in place, which we all agree. One of the good things that would come out of that is, and one of the good things about pro sports, is public knowledge of who's making what. I think that matters. I think I would like to know that my quarterback's making this and my running back's making this. And I think it's so covert right now. Everybody thinks they know what DJ Lagway was getting, but nobody knows. I don't know what whoever they're going to bring in is going to get. I know now that, and it's more necessary than ever because rosters are so different. I mean, again, what's Florida got 13, 14 guys in the portal now? Something like that, right? Well, if it's always going to change, which it is, by the way, you're not going to recognize your team next year. I can tell you that you're not going to and if you're not going to recognize your team, I want to have an idea what my guy left for. You with me on that?
Yes.
So I think a big part of this whole, obviously we talked about multi-year contracts. That's important. I think public knowledge of what they're making. You know what else I'd like to see? I'd like to see bowl bonuses or full season bonuses. You get, what if every player on the team got an extra $20,000 to play in the bowl, or whatever the number is?
Or if it's contracted that you have to play the bowl.
Or if it's part of the contract, you don't get paid your full. Same thing. Right. You don't get paid your full money if you don't play in the bowl. We have to do something to stop all this bailing.
Yeah, and again, it's just going to be difficult to put any sort of guardrail in place and a system in place until it's collectively bargained. I know that's, it's hard to get excited about that. But it is something that the sport drastically needs and needs as soon as possible, because, and the secrecy certainly plays a role in it too, I think, from turning fans off.
Sure it does.
Because the numbers are usually wrong. So you get fans that are upset of, well, how could you possibly pay him this amount of money when he really probably isn't making that number? It's hard because, like in the Baugh case, like if Baugh does go to Texas, it's going to be like, well, Florida should have done more to keep him. Well, you don't really know like what, and this is for any school. We're just talking about Florida because they've had a couple of high profile transfers or potentially will. And, but as you look at it, the other part of this that's going to be difficult. I'm totally with you. It'd be great for these contracts to be transparent, for there to be a contract bank where each school can go in and see all the contracts that are on the table, like the NFL does. Like the Jaguars have access to any contract in the NFL that involves a player, and that's because they want everybody to be in the know on what guys are making and things like, and how contracts are structured. So in the NFL, that information is available for anybody. As soon as a free agent gets signed, if the Falcons sign Kirk Cousins to a big deal, the Jaguars and every other team know exactly what the contract looks like basically immediately. It may take a day or so, but for the most part, they're going to know the exact details of the contract if they choose to look at it a very short amount of time. You don't have that in college football, and you also don't have a hard cap like you do in the NFL. You have the revenue sharing, and that's fixed, but NIL is not. So NIL is limitless. So it's also a problem because not only is there no transparency in it, not only can you not hold anybody because everybody's on a one-year contract, so it's just perpetual free agency for every player, but you also have a system that is probably a little bit more like Major League Baseball in terms of its payroll structure from among the colleges than the NFL, where everybody can spend to the cap if they choose to. And most NFL teams spend pretty much to the cap.
Correct.
Unless they're in a rebuild, and then they don't. But for the most part, if you're good, if you think you're good, you're spending to the cap. Whereas in Major League Baseball, as we have pointed out many times, there is a vast difference in the payrolls. And that's the thing. Like what Ohio State and Texas are spending on their football roster is probably way more than what some other even high-profile power schools are. And so that adds another layer of frustration. And again, none of this is going to sink the sport unless fans stop paying attention. And that is the risk that they are running without fixing it. Is at some point, do fans get enough fans get so turned off by the sport that they lose interest in it?
And I don't think, and I think sadly or not sadly, that's one of the things. That's one of the reasons they don't have to have this sense of urgency some of us like to have, because they're not going to go away.
It's too big to fail.
Yeah. The college football is foolproof, even though they have a lot of fools running it. I said this. I said it yesterday. I said this before the season started. I repeated it yesterday. College football is more messed up than it's ever been. I remember saying this the third week of August. It's more messed up, more gross, more awful than it's ever been. And I can't wait for Saturday. And I think that's how people feel, is they can't wait for Saturday. By the way, one way to do it is to have a program so good nobody wants to leave. I got a list here. You probably have this list.
No one has that program.
Yeah, I got a list for you. How many players of the 12 teams in the playoff? Which teams have the most players that didn't start their career there? You with me? Have you seen this list?
I have not.
Probably Texas Tech.
Who do you think?
I mean,
first?
Ole Miss doesn't recruit high school really.
They're
at all.
first.
Okay.
Ole Miss has 50 of the 22 starters. 15 started their career elsewhere. 15 of the 22.
By the way, that's going to be his model at LSU
yeah,
too.
I was
going to be really interesting to see if it works.
So Indiana and Texas Tech both have 14. So that means of their 22 starters, 14 started their career elsewhere.
That makes sense because they kind of came out of nowhere.
Correct. And then Tulane is next, 13. Miami with 12.
Oh yeah, their whole secondary.
Yeah.
Is
Miami has 12 of the 22 did not start their careers there. And then James Madison 10. Then
I wonder of the 12, how many quarterbers signed
probably
with
all of them.
I was going to say because I mean, just quickly going through it, we know Miami is a transfer. Tulane
Ole
is a
Miss,
transfer.
Indiana. Yeah.
Georgia's not.
Georgia is not. That's right.
Okay. And,
Oregon is right.
Oklahoma is.
Okay. Ohio State is.
Oregon is because he came from UCLA.
Ohio State came from Alabama.
State is.
Julian Sayin did.
He started
he
Alabama.
was a Saban recruit.
How many of all these? How many players started? How many players of your 22 starters started in another school? Georgia's got the fewest. 3. Three of the 22 transferred in.
And that'll be the lowest number Georgia has for the next 10 years.
And
I guarantee you that's going to go from 3
has been the
to
lowest.
5 to 8 to 12 because it's just the nature of the sport.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Where it's going.
But Georgia 3, Ohio State 6, Alabama 7. So the Blue Bloods, in large part, because A, they recruit the best players. B, they've got the resources to best develop those players. And C, to your point, they spend the most money on keeping their players. So Georgia with 3, Ohio State with 6, Alabama with 7, and then there's 4 with 10, A&M, Oklahoma, Oregon, and Madison, James Madison. So only 3 of the 12 have fewer than 10 starters that didn't start their career there.
It's amazing.
It really is an amazing stat. So we'll keep an eye, but hopefully one day it'll change somehow, some way. We'll take a break. Headlines are next. Stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Saddle up your horses.
The Jaguars ride to the Rockies, ready to rope the Broncos at Mile High. Can the Jags break the Bronx? Saddle up and find out. It's Duval attitude versus Denver altitude.
This is the great adventure.
Jaguars, Broncos, Sunday at 1.
Saddle up your
On the home of the Jaguars.
Come on, get ready to ride.
1010 XL. Now, the Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
The good guys wanted no turbulence against their opponents, and they made sure there wouldn't be any on their opening drive. Trevor Lawrence led the team on a 9-play, 72-yard drive, capped off by a BTJ touchdown to give themselves a 7-0 lead with 10:18 left in the opening period. The 4-minute drive is your Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game.
Attention small business owners. Did you know you can get 100% tax deduction on a brand new Cadillac?
That's right. Choose your new Cadillac and qualify for a 2025 tax deduction of up to 100% of the purchase price.
There's never been a better time to own a Cadillac and drive your business forward in style.
Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville today for incredible deals and expert advice.
Don't miss your chance. Experience the luxury you deserve and the savings you need.
Plus tax tag title, $9.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
XL Primetime is back weekdays noon to 2, and on Wednesdays, join Dr. George Bari at 1:20 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Make sure you catch Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays at 1:20 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, folks were smiling thanks to more of their own money in their accounts. Hello, it's Congressman Aaron Bean. This year, we delivered the largest tax cut in history, the Working Families Tax Cut. It will help you keep more of what you earn, strengthen Medicaid, and protect the financial strength of Northeast Florida's families, businesses, and seniors during the holidays. And as always, serving you is what we do. Visit bean.house.gov. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
At Hollis Pools, building a pool is personal. We sit down with you, listen to your vision, and bring your backyard dreams to life right here in Northeast Florida. Working with us doesn't feel like working with a contractor. It feels like working with family. Every Hollis Pools project supports Project Savior Outdoors, helping bring hope to our veterans. Visit hollispools.com. Hollis Pools, your vision, your pool, your escape. License number CPC 1461233.
The Sawgrass Marriott Golf Resort and Spa is the perfect place for indulging in a pampering spa treatment. This holiday season, if you'd like to give the gift of wellness, get a gift card and take advantage of the spa's current promotion. With the purchase of a $75 gift card or more, guests get a credit towards a future service. With healing massages, revitalizing facial treatments, and more, a day at the Sawgrass Spa makes the perfect gift for everyone. Purchase in person at Sawgrass Spa during operating hours.
Chelsea here. Ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors before the new year? During Renewal by Anderson's December sales event, buy one, get one 40% off. And with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months, it's never been easier to say yes. Renewal by Anderson's acclaimed impact windows are built for Florida, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable year-round. Offer ends December 31st. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
This holiday season, give the gift of comfort and joy. Comfort food and the joy that comes with digging into a huge plate of diner favorites from Metro Diner. And to make things even more merry, now through the end of the year, they're adding on a $10 bonus card with every $50 spent on gift cards. Metro Diner gift cards are the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Friends, family, or coworkers. Stop by the diner or metrodiner.com and get all your gift shopping done easily. Happy holidays from Metro Diner.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Gather round. It's Hayes' Headlines, presented by Harrell & Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Hear all about it. Here's Hayes Carline.
My guy Holt's a little worried about Jadan Baugh.
Is he?
He's a little worried.
You talked about it?
Yeah. He's been texting, so hopefully...
Anybody we can sue?
That's a good point. I didn't think of that.
We'll sue somebody?
Sark.
I'll sue the hell out of
Longhorns
Sark.
NIL.
We'll sell. Hey,
so I think.
Hold, if you're listening, we're going to sue the hell out of Sark.
Get ready. Welcome back to the Frangie Show. Let's start with Jaguars at Broncos. I'm excited to see what Travis Etienne can do in this matchup. What a year he's having. The Broncos are second in the NFL against the run. We talk all about the 58 sacks, but they're a well-rounded defense. They're elite stuff in the run as well. But Etienne's playing at a very high level. I'm excited to see what he can do. How do you think he'll play?
Well, I think it's got to be a point of emphasis because of all the things that have gone well in recent weeks. Jags haven't run it well. A team that prided themselves on being one of the good running teams. Not much has gone badly of late, but haven't run it very well. So you got to run the ball, and you got to run right. The best way to neutralize a really good pass rushing team is to run right at them. And so I think, I think that, first of all, I think that's part of who the Jags are. Now, Trevor's been really letting it rip lately, but I still think play action's a big part of who they are and what they do. So I think they got to run it some. I really do. And remember now, you got to believe he's going to get more of the load. He's had a lot of the load anyway. But I think when you're down a running back, I think your starter's gonna get more of the load. So I think a lot of Travis Etienne on the ground this week.
A minor scare yesterday on the Jaguars injury report is Josh Hines-Allen was listed as out, did not practice with an illness in his shoulder. But good news, back at practice today. So Josh Hines-Allen, I'm sure, will be all systems go.
The word I hear is
Mile High.
The word I hear is he's fine. He's going to be good to go. And I think there's no concerns about his health.
We've talked a lot about Denver and their passing attack with Bo Nix and their a variety of weapons. Defensive coordinator Anthony Campanile met with reporters earlier today and talked about the importance of disguising coverages, but also making sure your guys are able to play fast.
You want to try and always be in the realm of simple us, complex them. If you know what you're doing and you know what you're creating, the response you're trying to create offensively, I think that helps the player so much more. So I think it's so much about learning offense, learning what the response is to that disguise. And then the players can kind of take that and run with it. And they take ownership and leadership of that. But that, I think, is a huge part about it, a huge part of it, because as guys learn more and more about what the offense is doing, what the response is, they're actually a little bit more creative. And I think Liam's done a great job. He says this so much about, we don't want robots. We want you to be creative. We don't want to take away your creativity as a player. And that's exactly right in football. You can get it down. You can have paralysis by analysis, But once they understand what to do, we want to let them go and play fast. And the guys have done a pretty good job of that so far.
And I think it's really an important where that's important because of what I said earlier. This is going to be a free flow. A lot of this game is going to look like a backyard football game. Again, that's when Bo Nix is at his best. You made the point about how they've missed Dobbins. R.J. Harvey's a pretty good player. I can tell you, he's the guy the Jags like.
Oh yeah,
he's the guy the Jags liked a lot. And so he's and by the way, we haven't talked about him. Cortland Sutton's a good player.
He is.
Their receiving core isn't great, but Cortland Sutton, old friend Evan Ingram's there, and certainly Pat Bryant, a wonderful kid from the Jacksonville area who played at Illinois and is now there. But Cortland Sutton is and they're all good players, but Cortland Sutton is legit. But don't you see that a little bit of a backyard football game?
Yes.
A lot of stuff off schedule. I mean, both Bo Nix and Trevor Lawrence have been doing that of late for their respective teams. I think it's that kind of a game. I do.
I completely agree. Let's get to around the NFL. Huge game tonight in the NFC West. The Rams are at the Seahawks in a matchup of 11-3 teams. No Devontae Adams tonight in all likelihood for the Rams. Who do you like tonight?
One of the best games of the year. I mean, one of the best games of the year. I still like the Rams. I still think the Rams are the better of the two teams. But it's one of the best games of the year. This is this has got home field throughout written all over it. I think I don't always lock in on every NFL game. There's just too many. But that is a lock-in game tonight now. For sure.
It'll be fantastic. Can't wait to watch it. Let's get it to college football. Missouri will play the Gator Bowl without its starting quarterback as Bo Prisbula will enter the portal. So edge to Virginia as we get closer to kickoff.
Yeah, and I hate that. I hate it for Greg McGarity and my friends at the Gator Bowl who worked so hard to put the game on. But it's going to be a hard one. I hate quarterbacks. I mean, last night USF played Old Dominion. Neither quarterback played in the game, and because they're
so weird.
It's just an odd.
I totally get not playing in the bowl game because you are entering the draft. I don't understand so much I'm not going to play in the bowl game because I'm leaving to go to another school.
We saw it too when Florida played Tulane last year.
Yeah,
Marion Mensa left to go to Duke. So it's an odd. We talked about it all day today. It's an odd world we're in the world of college.
Mizzou's backup played a lot this year.
Pribula
got hurt.
Yeah, he was. They were 6-1 when he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
the
think
backup.
it starts with a Z or something.
Yeah, but that's
he's
right.
Apparently pretty good.
Okay. Let's get to college basketball. The Gators have no trouble with St. Francis, 102-61. The Gators enjoyed a 44-19 rebounding advantage.
I will tell you,
they couldn't even average one rebound every minute of the game. I mean, what are we doing here? You can't even get. I mean, one rebound for every 2 minutes of game action. I'm not very good at math.
I turned it on. It was even hard to watch. It was a hard game to watch. I watched a little bit of it. The interesting story.
Your boy Lee got hot.
Yeah,
though,
he's
right?
playing well.
Yeah, Xavier Lee's playing well.
Okay.
The real storyline though, and I'm very intrigued by it, is Florida with this all-world front court, big and long and athletic, and two transfer guards who are good players but haven't shot well, and not many other shooters out there. I watched last night. They don't have any shooters on the team. how that plays in the SEC is really intriguing for me. You know that how will that play? How will what I just said? Will it debilitate them and there'll be a middle of the pack SEC team? Will it not matter because they're so good up front that they'll still find a way? Remember, they almost beat Arizona, Duke, and UConn, but they didn't beat any of them. So I'm really intrigued with that unreal front court combined with a very poor shooting team. How does that formula work in the SEC? I'm telling you, it's one of the big storylines in the SEC season.
Without a doubt, no question about it. An interesting nugget to the game late in the game is the Rowdy Reptiles kept demanding, we want Ollie. Well, Todd Golden finally gave them Ollie with about 2 minutes left, and Olivier Ryu, the 7'9" phenom. Phenom in terms of his height, not his game. Ryu did get a dunk late that brought the house down, and I will say I was watching.
I was too.
And I
was too.
Made a note. I was like, I was excited to see Ollie get a dunk.
I saw it broke the record for the tallest guy to ever get a field goal.
Yeah, he had scored early in the season on a free throw.
Right, first field
but this
goal,
was the first bucket that he got. And I tell you, it's hilarious watching him run up and down the court because he can barely move.
Right, and by the way, there's another record y'all didn't see. First ever dunk without jumping.
Dude,
he didn't jump.
It looked so
He
weird.
didn't jump. He didn't jump.
It almost he barely got above the rim.
It looks like two small guys on top of each other, like running down. Like that's it's that uncoordinated.
Right.
That's what it looks like to me.
Right. The two best dunks of the game.
He's gonna like unzip his costume, and there's gonna be two guys that like wave into the crowd.
The two best dunks of the game were his and Klapjar. Did you see Urban?
Oh yeah, Urban. I didn't know Urban could dunk.
Well, and I tell you, you could tell he went off both feet. But it was all he had.
He was praying. For that last millimeter.
He went. I said, I don't know if he's going to get there. And he was nobody near him.
Yeah.
Went off both feet and barely dunked it, but he did dunk it. That's two best dunks of the game.
Absolutely. Let's get to Major League Baseball. Detroit ace Tarek Skubal has announced he will pitch for the U.S. in the World Baseball Classic.
I'm going to lead the next segment talking about that a little bit. Skeens and Skubal are going to pitch for this has become a thing. I will tell you.
Take it seriously.
And I'm going to get to it at the top of the hour. I tell you why I think that's the thing. So I don't want to steal my own thunder here yet, but I'm glad that Skubal's going to be on that team.
Absolutely. Let's get into walk-off charities. The Farm at Okefenokee is doing a really cool thing. Sign up for their monthly newsletter at okefarm.com. That's okefarm.com, and select 1010XL when asked how you heard about them. When you do that, the farm will donate a new baseball glove to walk-off charities. So sign up to learn more about the events at the farm. It's an outstanding property, outstanding cabins. You're giving a kid a glove. It takes less than a minute to do this, and you will be putting a smile on a child's face.
And I will tell you, we give away 4,000 gloves a year. So every glove helps. 4,000 brand new gloves a year is what Walk-Off Charities puts in this community. So all you do is sign up for, just get to your phone, get to your computer, sign up for a newsletter, and you've put a glove on a kid's hand. Think about that. You put a glove on a kid's hand. Really good stuff.
Absolutely. We will get you out on our musical note of the day. This week, we're going to highlight some of the best songs from 1985 that have celebrated a 40th anniversary this year. Thank you for indulging me this week, as I am a big child of the 80s. This is Simple Minds. Don't You Forget About Me from the Breakfast Club soundtrack.
What a great movie. What a great movie. And what of all the songs that define a movie, this is as good as any of them.
High on the list.
Well
sure.
done.
Thank you.
Hour 2 is next.
We'll play Christmas music tomorrow, I promise.
Hour 2 is next. I am going to talk about baseball. I'm talking about the World Baseball Classic. That and more. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser start the week by giving the ball to the best back in Duval.
And off, Fred Taylor.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein & Robbins DUI defense firm and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
Hey folks, it's Frank Frangie for Lee and Kate's Class, and I think you deserve a spa-like shower, don't you? Get rid of that dirty, dated setup you have in your bathroom. Those old-style showers can be really ugly. Install a gorgeous frameless shower with thick, sexy glass and a free diamond coating protection that's easier to clean, like Rain-X for your shower. Your bathroom will feel like a luxury spa every morning and night. You deserve it. Visit my friends at leeandkatesglass.com.
you're gonna see a big difference.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
First-round draft pick Eric Armstead joins the undrafted free agent Tom McManus on Helmets and Heels with Lauren Brooks and Taylor Dahl. Fridays at 3. Tuned up by orthopedic specialists of Jacksonville on 1010XL.
Give a unique gift this holiday season with a custom-made candle or body care product from Wick, a candle bar. Make your own product in the store with over 90 fragrances at Wick, a candle bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
The best financial move you can make this time of year? How about lowering your mortgage rate to 4.99% fixed APR, the lowest rate in years? How about getting up to $500,000 out of your home equity in the process? You can do it now by calling Loan Pronto. Hey, it's Prosser here, and with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get a ton of cash, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and skip up to 2 house payments. One homeowner just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Wiped out their credit cards and 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. So don't wait. No hard credit pull up front, and you probably won't even need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Act now. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Start the new year by wiping out your high-interest debt. 904-999-1508. And you can see how much cash you can get today. That's loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, APR for well-qualified buyers. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
The holiday season is the season of love. If you're getting engaged now or just looking for that unforgettable gift for the woman you love, Beards Diamonds is here for you. This Christmas, Beards is proud to showcase the world's premier designers in both bridal and fashion. Like Sylvie, personalized, meaningful designs that enhance your unique lifestyle and personality. Celebrate your love, elevate your look, and shine brightly with exquisite jewelry from Sylvie. Celebrating 30 years of design expertise in both bridal and fashion. Beards Diamonds is the town center's local jeweler. So at Beards, you never have to settle for corporate chain store quality. We've put together our best selection ever of exquisite jewelry for the holidays. From the newest designer styles to classic diamond studs and diamond bracelets, with your choice of natural or lab-grown diamonds. Whether your holiday budget is a few hundred or a few $100,000, the experts at Beards will help you find the jewelry that reflects your love. Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
Hey, is your home ready for the holidays? Hicken here. Spots are filling up fast. Lock in yours today at ZeroResJacksonville.com and get 20% off all hard surface cleaning, tile and grout, hardwood, LVP. Happy holidays from all of us at Zero Res.
Ready to take your gift giving to the limit? Hey, I'm Ben Kay, owner of Gotham City Limit, your local comic shop, inviting you to stop by and see how we can help this holiday season. From comics to collectibles, community, and more, visit GothamCityLimit.com and always take it to the limit.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Southern Oak Insurance. The Florida Gators put a beat down on the St. Francis Red Flash last night, winning 102-61 in the O-Dome. Head to TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com to get your tickets for the matchup between the 19th ranked Virginia Cavaliers and the Missouri Tigers on December 27th at 7:30 right here at Everbank Stadium. It's 72 degrees at 3:05. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
We thank our friends from Stanley Pools. My buddy Greg Stanley and I were talking today a little bit. What a good dude he is and what a great job they do. Stanley Pools, 904-269-7277 for anything you want. Pools, backyard, screen enclosures, redo your backyard with the pergolas or the pavers. They do it all, and they service the pool. They do that. They do mine as well. You said something in headlines a moment ago that Tarek Skubal is going to join the U.S. baseball team of the World Baseball Classic. That means Skeens and Skubal are your 1-2 punch, which is pretty dang awesome. Here's what's happened. I'll give you my take on this. I think the U.S. wants to win the damn thing, and they're tired of not being the best team. Okay? They've had 5 tournaments. U.S. has won one of them.
Oh, wow.
Did you know that? Did you realize that, JJ? You probably knew that, right?
I didn't. I knew that they don't usually win.
They've won once.
When was that? Was that like the first one?
One of the first ones, I think.
2017. They started it in 06, Japan won. They did it again in 09, Japan won. They did it in 13, the Dominican Republic won. They did it in 17, U.S. won for the only time they've won it, and then back in 23, Japan won again. Japan's won 3 of the 5.
Yeah, I remember the Mike Trout versus Ohtani at bat in the final. That was a big
That
deal.
was in 23. So
I wish they would tell us when they're doing. Like, I guess it's every 2 years now. Before it was like 4. It was all over the place.
Yeah, I think it's every 4 years, isn't it?
Well, if they did in 2023,
well, they skipped the pandemic,
and they'll do it.
obviously,
And they'll do it in 26.
So
I
that's
guess,
3.
I guess it's 3. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. So it doesn't make sense. Maybe is it 26 or 27? Maybe it's 26. Anyway, point is, you're right. Good point. We don't know when it is. But I think the U.S. players, it's our sport. It was invented here. And I think the U.S. players have taken more pride in the fact that they haven't won that damn thing. I think that's the coolest thing going. I mean, I think that I can tell you this. We went on what year was it, Hayes? We went on
that must have been 17.
Yeah, it must have been. Spring training, that's probably right. We did a spring training trip when Hayes and Martineau and Lauren and I were doing the show together. And we went to South Florida, and we would make a different spring training stop every day. It was a really fun trip we used to do on the radio show. And I can tell you, we went to Duffy's Sports Bar in Stewart, Florida. I think it was Stewart or Fort Pierce right there. Duffy's Sports Bar. It was packed in South Florida.
Totally packed.
And I think the Dominican team was playing Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm telling you, you would have thought you were at a sports bar in Birmingham and Alabama was playing Auburn.
That's their only sport.
Perfect way to say it.
It was, I'm telling you.
It was Iron Bowl fever.
It was crazy. And people had jerseys on.
Yeah.
And it was.
And we walked in like, what is this?
Yeah,
like,
we had no idea.
We had no idea.
And
if you ever see footage from like a Winter League game down there, it's epic, man. They're playing music the whole time, dancing.
Correct. That's right.
The vibe is awesome.
And in this sports bar, it was crazy packed. And I want to say the game was going on in Miami. So but I'm telling you, it was, and I thought that meant that much to the fans of the Puerto Rican team and the Dominican team. Nobody in our country is going to pack a sports bar to watch the World Baseball Classic. They're not.
No.
And yet I'm telling you, it was, we couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
How crazy it was.
That's their only sport.
Yeah.
They don't play. I mean, soccer's not big in Puerto Rico or Dominican.
Yeah.
So, like, that is their national team.
It's their only sport, their most prominent sport. Mm-hmm. And the patriotic pride in that sport was so crazy. And I think the players here, they've had it with not winning. I think someone said, listen, we've won once in 5 tries. How can that be? It was once upon a time, it was our national pastime. Probably isn't now, but once upon a time it was. It's where the sport was invented. The greatest legends in the history of the sport at the professional level, or with apologies to Sadaharo O, okay, the greatest legends in the history of the sport are Americans. Yeah, we're getting our ass beat every year. And I think people like Skeens and Skubal and others have said, screw that. It's time to go contribute to this thing, and let's bring it back here where the damn sport was invented. And I think it's the coolest thing going.
Do they become the favorites with those two?
Probably.
Maybe.
They're definitely the 2 best pitchers in baseball.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how many games you play. Probably only a handful.
Yeah.
So if you have 2 great starters,
I mean, the Japanese team has won 3 of the 5. You know, And they got a pretty good player too, So
yeah, they got a few.
Yeah. But I don't know that they're the favorite.
It is in March, by the way.
It is coming up this March. Okay, so I don't know that they're the favorite. But yeah, that's a great question. They're certainly among the favorites right now. So, but I'm telling you, I love the fact. I love patriotic pride. I don't pretend to love the Olympic sports, but I love the Olympics for that reason. And I love the fact that the most important baseball players in the world are all taking that seriously now, including the ones from the United States.
We are favorites. I'm looking at it right now. So you can get basically you bet $1, you win $1.50. Japan right behind us, and then the Dominican Republic a little bit behind us.
And those are the three.
Always.
They're the three. But I can tell you the Venezuelan team's really good. The Puerto Rican team's really good. The Colombian team's really good because baseball's gigantic in those countries too.
Mexico.
Mexico not quite as good, but yeah, they're very good too. So it's big in all those areas. It really is. So good for Tarek Scuba, and Paul Skeens made it clear. He because I love Skeens because he's kind of outspoken. He can be. He's the best player in the sport, But he's pretty much said, listen, we need to go win the damn thing. I need to recruit the other American players. Anybody that gets offered ought to go play it. I think it's the coolest thing.
That is really cool.
So I'm very excited about
Captain America.
We'll take a break. More in a moment. Stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show. From the Harrell and Harrell studio, don't settle for less than you deserve.
Number 9 opens up his teal and black bag of memories.
Let's go, Googans. Let's go, Googans.
David Garrard joins Mike and Fat Tony on Jaguars Today. Mondays on 1010XL. Restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida.
Make Honda of the Avenues your first stop for award-winning customer service and world-class Honda vehicles. Our inventory is larger than ever, which means we have the perfect Honda waiting for you. Plus, at Honda of the Avenues, we always put our customers first, making the car buying experience fun, fast, and easy. You'll always find great deals on our huge selection of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, all prepped and ready for a test drive. Come see just how different car buying can be at Honda of the Avenues today. Stop by or shop from home at HondaoftheAvenues.com. Proud sponsor of Sporting Jags.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
He's skilled in the art of diplomacy.
I'm Defense Minister Dmitry Mishkin.
Get insights and interviews from Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline when he takes you behind enemy lines.
The CIA has no knowledge.
Delivered by Palo Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
PRP treatment is kind of the thing these days, and in many cases, it eliminates the need for surgery. This is Sheridan Tootin, and my experience with PRP from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been nothing short of great. I'm really feeling much better now. Ask your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist doctor about PRP treatment.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
It's your boy Big Sirs, All-Pro Lineman, and your lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop's special deal. Order a 75-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or the Wingstop app using promo code JAX15. And that's $15 off. Carry out or delivery, it's your call. Use online promo JAX15 or $15 off a 75-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your national builder of the year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles Update. A fun release prior to the holidays is Topps Holiday Boxes. The Major League Baseball release comes in holiday advent calendars and holiday tins. Exclusive holiday cards have a unique look to the Topps brand. It's Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, I'm worried.
You? Really? About what?
Well, I like to have a little seasonal potluck. Invite some friends and neighbors and guys from the office. But if the food gets spicy and the party gets rocking and that old toilet in the two-piece can't handle the traffic, well, what if my drain backs up right in the middle of everything?
Dude, imagine you're wearing my sunglasses.
Okay. Shoomp. Whoa.
If you're planning to host a holiday party and a blocked household drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, call us and tell us. The drain clearing experts at Bueller Air and Plumbing will unclog your drain for free.
You do that for free?
It's Christmas.
Yeah, but for free?
The holidays can get pretty hectic. If a clogged drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
And again, my friends from Stanley Pools can service your pool, build you a new one, renovate your backyard. 904-269-7277. That is the number to call. Sunday at nice weather at Mile High. At Empower Field at Mile High Stadium.
That's awesome.
It's going to be like in mid-50s, I think.
That's great.
Isn't that great?
They
Mid-50s.
can't draw that up any better.
No, they really can't. How big a win would it be compared to other wins you've covered, you've seen, we've all experienced? If they go win at Denver, win for the 6th time in a row, 7th time in the last 8 games, how big would this win be for the Jaguars in your mind?
I think it would be the biggest non-divisional win that they've had in the regular season in my time covering them. The only game I can kind of think of is Seattle here in Jacksonville in 2017, but I don't think that one was as deep into the season as this one is, and that's AFC versus NFC, so there wasn't as much tiebreaker stuff involved in that game. So, I mean, obviously you had the finale here against the Titans that, they had to win to win the division. So obviously the stakes were incredibly high then. But I would say outside of a divisional game, probably the biggest in the time I've covered them, which again is back to 2013.
Yeah, it's a really, because this is, we say this all the time, and I use this verbiage a lot, but this is really a take notice game. Because if the Jags win this game, everybody then takes notice. Then there's no more. The Jags have wisely allowed themselves to be fueled by the lack of respect, the lack of attention, the lack of notice. And it's real. It's real, by the way. They're too good a team. They're 10-4. They've won 5 in a row, and no one's talking about them. So they have every right to be
It's almost become the in vogue thing if you're a national writer this week to say, well, I don't care about the Jaguars. I'm not watching that game. I mean, it's multiple people now, saying it, and it's just, it's adding fuel to the fire.
And frankly, it should be I'm glad it's not, because I'd get home too late, but it should be the flex Sunday night game. I mean, there's no question it should be. So, but if they win this one, then there's no avoiding it anymore. And if they win this and Trevor lights it up, then the way he's playing right now, then there's no more avoiding how good the Jags are and acknowledging them. So this is a gigantic game.
From that standpoint, it's probably number one in terms of a take notice on a national level, because the game that I referenced, the Titans finale, it was like the nation looked at that as, well, somebody's got to win a bad division.
That's right.
So that wasn't going to change how anybody really felt about the Jaguars. But this is different. This is beating the best team in the NFL in their house in Week 16.
Yeah, and correct. And this is 2 quarterbacks playing really well. A young and upcoming team, one of the most well-known coaches in the National Football League in the last 2 decades. A very heritage team. More that's because of John Elway than anybody that's there now, but it's still a team because of Elway with great heritage, great recognizability. The Denver Broncos, people know the Denver Broncos, So, yeah, this is a real opportunity. And look, if they win the game, then they're really well positioned, because then you go play a Colts team. They're still trying to figure it out with 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, and then you come home to play a bad team. And I mean that's just the reality of it. So, I mean, you win this game, you really are staring at 13-4. I mean, think about that.
That's incredible.
You win this game 13-4 is not only on the table, but probable, right? I mean, is that? I mean, again, winning in Indy's never easy. I know that, and Indy just played a heck of a game against the Seahawks.
But
I know
it'll be
that
a short week for the Colts,
Yeah.
which this time of year is magnified by 2 when you're this deep into the year and you get. Basically, it's. I think Trevor Lawrence said it best. He was asked about Monday Night Football and playing on a short week, and he said you really lose 2 days.
Yeah.
And I get it; it's one,
right?
But it really is in terms of preparation. You really are losing 2 days and getting ready for your next game. So yeah, I mean it's a game the Jaguars will, you would think, certainly be favored in Indianapolis, and then they'll be a double-digit favorite at home against the Titans.
Yeah, can you imagine?
I mean, assuming there's no crazy
Right.
attrition between now and then.
And if the stuff and if the stuff that happens is if what has been happening continues to happen, Trevor playing lights out, them being really good against the run, them winning again, they've won comfortably. I can't emphasize this enough. If you haven't watched the National Football League, if you're just a college fan or you've watched a lot of high school games when they have that running clock, you can't understand how unusual it is for a team to play 4 games in a month and a half stretch where the backup quarterback enters the game to take the knee because the game is in hand. It doesn't happen 4 times in an NFL season. They just don't do that.
It would be a fun exercise, and I'm not going to take the time to do it, but maybe I'll ask O'Halloran because he loves this kind of stuff.
Yes, he does.
To
He really
go
does.
back and look at it's happened 4 times in the last month.
Right.
How many Jaguar games would you have to track going back to get to 4 times where the exact same thing has happened? The Jaguars are up by such an amount that the backup comes in to finish the game.
I got to tell you,
you might be going back 20 years.
Again, I've covered the team all 31 years, but I've called the games the last 12. In my 12 years of calling Jaguars games, I can't tell you I remember 4 of them. Now
I can't remember it. I'm sure it's happened.
Yeah, but
I can't remember.
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember 4 times when the Jaguars had such a significant lead that they brought in the backup quarterback to finish off the game and take the knee. I honest to God, in my 12 years, I can't remember very many. Again, I'm missing some, and I know that. But I mean, I've called every one of them in 12 years, and I can't remember.
If you told me that the number going back the last 12 years is 4, I would totally believe it.
Yeah.
And it's happened 4 times in the last month. It'd be a fun project for an industrious writer.
Someone
that's not me.
Works harder than we do. If you want to work harder than us, okay, and that's a big list, so if you're on that list, but I mean, it just really, as I think back, it's just so bizarre that it has happened. That's how well they've been playing. And I will say it again, they've stuffed the run. They found a really good receiving core that they count on. The offensive line with Cole Van Lannon anchoring, and now the left tackle has been all world. And he and all of them have been so good. Getting back some young players like Antonio Johnson and Parker Washington and Brenton Stranger becoming really good players. There's so many things that have happened. But it is a quarterback league, man. And when your quarterback starts playing at this level, when he starts having regular 100-plus passer ratings, when he's got 9 touchdowns and no picks in a bunch of games here, when you can see how he's playing free and easy and backyard football, my goodness, the sky's the limit for what your team could be. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, without a doubt. And again, that's what's going to be so fascinating about the matchup Sunday is, and I think it's just such a crucial piece for Liam Cohen and Gladstone and Baselli in year one to really get a sense of the players that rise up in these moments.
That's right.
That is such a huge element of evaluation. And who would have thought they would be able to get this vast amount of those snaps and those situations in year one of the build? And it really, I think, is going to help shape where they take the roster from here. Because if you perform well in these situations, they're keeping you. They're gonna make it happen. Whatever financial things they have to do, they are not going to let great players from a great run get out of town. And so it's such a vital. It's obviously it's incredibly important in the present, but because this is a fledgling build, to have this kind of data this early on, it's invaluable to how they build this moving forward in the coming years.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll say hello to our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. That's next. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Get bowl game play-by-play on 1010XL.
The weekend kicks off early with a bowl doubleheader starting tomorrow at noon with the Myrtle Beach Bowl, Kennesaw State and Western Michigan. Then at 3:30, it's the Gasparilla Bowl, Memphis versus North Carolina State on 1010 AM.
This is Hayes Carline for Atlantic Infinity. In the game of vehicle performance and reliability, Atlantic Infinity is always a top pick. Did you know that every certified pre-owned Infinity is inspected, factory-backed with a limited warranty, and gets the same championship-level service as a brand-new Infinity? Every mile will feel like first class. Check out their full certified inventory now at AtlanticInfinity.com or visit Atlantic Infinity off Atlantic near St. John's Bluff.
Protect what matters most with Liberty Safes. Trusted, secure, and made in America. See them at Noel's Lock and Safe, North Florida's largest safe dealer, where sales, delivery, and installation are all under one roof. Visit the showroom on Blanding Boulevard or go to libertysafesofnorthflorida.com.
Frank Frangie here. Big Chief Tire offers affordable quality tires for every type of vehicle. Whether you're looking for all-season tires, high-performance options, or something more budget-friendly, Big Chief has the perfect set to keep you rolling. Their expert technicians ensure your tires are installed quickly and safely so you can drive with confidence. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment and check out their unbeatable tire deals today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. If you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space and just haven't pulled the trigger, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures right now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business. Spring will be here before we know it. So give them a call today and upgrade that area that needs it the most. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Checkmate.
I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, adorable mascot for Checkmate Coatings.
If you're thinking of refinishing your garage floor, there's two things you need to know about us. My family has been in the concrete coatings industry for more than 40 years.
And I was drawn 6 months ago by an artist in New Jersey.
Why is that even relevant?
Well, you said 40 years experience, so I had to give them something.
Over the years, we've worked closely with major manufacturers to develop a multi-layer application process that creates beautiful, durable, and long-lasting floors.
So even decades from now, your garage floor will look as gorgeous as it did the day it was installed.
Experience?
Check. Durable?
Check. Decades of experience making garage floors gorgeous? Checkmate.
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit CheckmateCoatings.com. That's CheckmateCoatings.com.
Frank Frangie here. These days, it's hard to know which companies to trust. But when it comes to banking, I trust South State Bank. South State truly values its customers, and they work hard to create meaningful, lasting relationships. I love going into my local branch. I see the same smiling faces I've seen for years. South State is the largest bank headquartered in Florida, so they're able to offer all the banking services you need. You can trust South State Bank. Banking forward. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need some extra cash for the holidays? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jack's Beach is always looking to buy guns, guitars, surfboards, tools, and you know it, gold. Get cash today at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jack's Beach.
Frank Frangie here for my friend and insurance agent, Craig Dewhurst. Craig has been helping families on the First Coast with their insurance needs for 25 years as your good neighbor and local State Farm agent. Now's a great time to review your insurance policies, whether you need auto, homeowners, or renter's insurance, or insurance for your golf cart, boat, or jet skis. Craig handles all of my family's insurance needs, and even better, he gives back to the community. Call Craig today at 904-940-9740. That's 904-940-9740.
1010XL, presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, today in the course of the program, we've talked a lot about the college football circumstance. How Jadan Baugh, will he or won't he leave Florida? We talked about that and how to fix that. We've talked about Jaguars football, the Jaguars and the Broncos. Huge game coming up, and we're certainly looking forward to that. And Hayes covered a lot in headlines, including the World Baseball Classic and the Florida Gator basketball team. Now this.
And now, this week's Scholar Athlete of the Week. Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234 on 1010XL.
All right, it is time for our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week. It's Kirsten Goodmelin. Did I say that right?
Yes, sir, you did.
I got it. Well, you helped me. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Kirsten is from Sandalwood High School, plays both basketball and flag football. Great student. But I want you to tell the story about flag football that you told us off the air. You just had a really cool experience, didn't you?
Yes, sir, I did. So I played for Jaguars Elite, and we traveled to Oakley, and I was in New York. So we played there. We played against a bunch of nationally ranked teams, a lot of great players there. It was an amazing experience. Amazing game that I did have. I had 3 touchdowns, and then I had the first ever flight that Oakley ever had at their tournament.
And tell us what a flight is. I want to know what that is.
So basically, they said when you catch a ball and you don't need a first down, you just run straight through the field to the touchdown. So
how about
That's
that?
amazing.
Pro bowler.
When did you fall in love with flag football?
So I started playing. First time ever playing flag football was in 9th grade. So I've been playing. I'm a senior now. I've been playing for 3 years. So that's it. And then I started playing with the Jaguars just 2 years ago.
Okay.
So.
And flag football has become a real thing, hasn't it? I mean, we're still learning about it. I mean, basketball and football and baseball, softball have been around, but flag football has really become a thing. Why is it such a big deal?
Honestly, I feel like a lot of girls are really getting the hunger to want to work. They're seeing a lot of, I know a lot of girls. My brother, I've seen him play football whenever he did play football when he was younger. And I used to be there, and I used to be in gymnastics and stuff, and then I would be in his trainings and stuff, and I would be like, dang, this is really fun. I want to get into it. So I'm glad that we actually have something for girls to participate in, such as football. And ever since when I was in 9th grade, it wasn't as big as it is now. So, and then in 2 years, it's going to be an Olympic sport. So that's amazing as well.
That really is amazing.
And you were telling us you also love basketball, and you're a point guard. Tell us about the strength of your game on the hardwood.
Mm-hmm. So I like to basically make sure the energy is high. I'm a big energy person, making sure everybody's positive, speaking positivity in the air, distributing the ball. Of course, I have Holly on my team. She's 6'2", great, amazing player, sophomore. So I love giving her the ball. Cam, my other post, give her the ball. Kyra, my other wing, and Daisy, just distributing the ball, making sure they're confident enough to score. And that's basically it.
You're 2 years now, All Gateway Conference, which is really cool. The Times Union named you one of the 25 top players in Jacksonville. You're pretty good. I figured that part out. Okay, I'm smart enough to read all that and figure out you're pretty good. So that's really cool stuff. So talk about college. What are the plans down the road? What do you think you want to do?
So I do have my visits coming up in January and February. I plan to commit somewhere in February, so that's confidential right now.
Okay.
But I do have my top 3 schools. University of St. Francis out in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Okay.
Love Coach TJ, amazing guy. Florida Gateway College, love Coach Hufty, amazing guy as well. And St. Thomas University.
Okay. You have a plan, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Will this be playing flag football or basketball in college, or both?
So I would love to play both. I'm still getting on to playing both because I know the scholarship thing is different. You get a scholarship for one, be a walk-on for the other one. So in a perfect world, if I can play both, I would. But as long as I have the opportunity to at least play one of the sports that I love, then I'm blessed.
Well, it sounds like you're very organized. I can tell you have a plan. What do you want to study? Do you know yet?
Yes, sir. I want to study in cybersecurity. Right now, I attend FSCJ as a dual enrollment student. So I just finished my first semester. College is not easy, to say the least, but I ended off with all A's and B's for my first semester of college. So that was amazing. And I'm starting my IT major next semester at FSCJ.
Getting back to flag football as a running back and slot receiver, what do you think are your strengths of your game on the gridiron?
Definitely my hip dip. That's my signature move. A lot of girls aren't strong doing the hip dip, and that just kind of came naturally. I started doing it in 9th grade out of nowhere, just watching YouTube videos. So
Very cool. Very
Yes,
cool.
sir.
All right. So you'll make your decision where to go to college in February, you said?
Yes, sir, in February.
It's pretty exciting stuff.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Kirsten Goodman is our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week, a fantastic flag football and basketball player from Sandalwood High School. Congratulations. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you guys as well.
All right. Kirsten Goodman. She is our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week from Sandalwood, and she is just terrific and just got back from the Pro Bowl in New York. Is exactly right. So it was great having her. That's pretty cool.
That is very cool. She went viral for her performance. So amazing stuff.
Yeah, and I will tell you, and flag football has become a big deal. Girls flag football, boys flag football. Flag football has become a really, really big deal. Football forever has been a big deal. And I think because football is such a big deal, it's just a cool sport. And
we saw the NFL is committed just this week or last week, committed a bunch of money towards flag football.
Right.
So it is absolutely only going to gain in popularity as particularly with the NFL now pumping so many millions into it.
Yeah, it really is. So it's a cool thing. So congratulations to Kirsten Goodman. Once again, she is our Duval County Scholar Athlete of the Week in flag football, so and basketball. And we really appreciate that. The Duval. I'll say this: Steve Griffin and Tammy Talley worked together to put together this Duval County Scholar Athlete program. It's a cool deal. You lose sight of how many really good athletes who are not just they're good at their sport. They're great students, obviously, but they get it, man. They're organized. You know what I mean? They're organized. They've got a plan. No one ever comes in here and you say, "What are your college plans?" I haven't thought about it. I mean, you know what I mean? She is organized, buttoned up, ready to go. Really.
Well, and it's just a great reminder of the purity of sport. We talk about NIL and we talk about the portal and college sports being so just wild now in the system that's unraveled. And obviously in the NFL, we talk about free agents and trades and contracts and that level too. This is great because it's a reminder of the purity of sports and the joy that sports can bring without getting into the dollars are great and players getting paid. That's wonderful. That's capitalism. But it's a nice reminder every week of just the joy that can be found in being a great student athlete.
Yeah, so it's interesting stuff. All right, we're going to go to a break in a minute and come back to wrap the program. One story I want to get to, though, beforehand. The Colts have opened up Anthony Richardson's window, his 21-day window. You think he plays it all this year?
No.
I don't. They've almost kind of said that, haven't they?
No, I mean, I think they've tried to leave it open-ended, I would be. I mean, maybe if they get eliminated, if they lose to San Francisco, I don't think that eliminates the Colts. But maybe then if they lose to the Jaguars, do you give him the finale if he's cleared? At this point, I'd probably just say, hey, let's just get you healthy for next offseason. I'm assuming the Colts this is his third year. Or is he finishing his second year? I think he's finishing his second, right?
I think, or
no, he's finishing his third.
Third year.
So yeah, I think the first thing is the Colts have to fall out of contention.
Right.
Rivers is going to be their quarterback until they're out.
And they've said that.
Yeah, and so and we'll see. But yeah, maybe you give him the finale if he feels up for it.
Shane Steichen did say today that there's still some vision limitations. So. If that's the case, you don't play him.
I doubt we'll see him.
Yeah, so if that's the case,
and the other thing too, and obviously we don't know this, is Indianapolis, is he still even in the plan? Is he somebody that they want to see in a finale because they still believe that there's a chance he's their guy, or are they basically at the point where they know they're going to have to address it in some form or fashion, and maybe that's just keeping Daniel Jones.
Well, that's the thing is that what works against him, Daniel Jones is also a young guy who really, before the injury, was playing really well.
Absolutely.
I mean, that what works
They
more.
had the 1 seed not that long ago.
Right.
The Colts were the 1 seed in the AFC, and now if it's season ended today, they'd miss the tournament.
They started out 7-1. I mean, they're poor Colts. I mean, I'm not one that feels for the Colts very often, but after all the angst and can't find quarterbacks, and for every quarterback they've brought in there thinking it was the right veteran guy ever since the Andrew Luck, and none of them really were. Some had a modicum of success, but all the efforts to try and find the right guy, and they weren't able to do it. And now finally, I don't want to say they fell into it with Daniel Jones, but they kind of did. He flamed out in New York, hung around for a little bit with Minnesota. Let's go sign him and see if he can compete with AR. And look what happened. And then he gets hurt.
When you get Peyton and Luck back-to-back, that's just sports karma.
Yeah.
It does.
No, that's right. That's right. I agree with that.
It does make you wonder if they could rewind the clock a few weeks back, Steichen and Ballard and ownership, if they could have just sat Daniel Jones for like
week.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just let that fracture in his fibula heal as best you can.
Right.
And then, because you'll never convince me, he didn't blow out the Achilles, overcompensating for the broken leg.
Yeah.
And if they had, I get it, you're in the race, but even if you lose 2 games, but then get Daniel Jones back at 100%, you're still right in the mix to certainly make the playoffs. And I think that decision ultimately cost them their season.
We'll take a break. Back to wrap the program after this.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
It's December. You need cash. You also need a new Kia Fast. At Kia on Atlantic, you can get both because it's our year-end cash bash. And during the Kia Season of New Tradition sales event, make no payments for up to 6 months. Or take advantage of 0% APR. Hurry and get to the year-end cash bash. Online at KiaOnAtlantic.com. Kia on Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection. For complete details, call 904-250-0587.
After an accident, you may have an x-ray that looks normal, but you're still in pain. That's because soft tissue injuries like sprains and tears don't show up on x-rays. And if an insurance company doesn't see it, they may not believe you're hurt.
When they don't take your pain seriously, we fight back. We know doctors who are experts in diagnosing soft tissue injuries. They can help us prove that your pain is real, and we'll seek to get you paid for all of your future medical expenses.
Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
Introducing the Jag Stack at Firehouse Subs. So bold, it's named after the home team. Stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, roast beef, provolone, fresh veggies, and the new Duval drizzle sauce. For a limited time at your local Firehouse Subs, there's only one hottest sub in Duval.
Get ready to celebrate December with Best Bet. We're giving away an incredible $660,000. Kickstart your holiday fun at all Best Bet locations with the 12 Days of Christmas High Hands, $500 giveaways during Clockwork Cash Out on the table games, and big cash high hands all weekend long. And don't miss out on thrilling tournaments like the $30,000 guarantee GoPo 300 at Orange Park and daily tournaments at all Best Bet locations. For details, head to bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Julington Creek Pest Control has been serving our community since 1984. Our turf management program is an all-out blitz, granular fertilization, weed and insect control, keeping your lawn championship green all year. Quarterly pest control stops bugs before they ever cross your goal line. Family owned, locally operated, expert technicians, top quality products, no gimmicks, just winning results. Julington Creek Pest Control, our family serving yours since 1984.
Ready to take your gift giving to the limit? Hey, I'm Ben Kay, owner of Gotham City Limit, your local comic shop, inviting you to stop by and see how we can help this holiday season. From comics to collectibles, community, and more, visit GothamCityLimit.com and always take it to the limit.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. If you've ever wondered why some jewelry stores and department stores always have a sale going at 50 to 75% off, there's a good reason. Because most of the time, they're not real sales. The prices are marked up so they can sell the piece at a big discount and still make the profit they need. If you wanted to find a realistic sales event, the store wouldn't run a year-round sale and the discounts would be a little more realistic. For example, Underwoods puts all of our diamond solitaire necklaces and ear studs on sale in December at 15% below the prices we sell at the rest of the year. So there's a genuine savings to the customer. We also take trade-ins, so it's the ideal time to buy for someone looking to grow their pendant or ear studs up to a larger size. Now at Underwoods, we don't run a lot of sales, but when we do, they're real and a good time to buy. So come see us at Underwoods, San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi are on a mission to sell 2,000 vehicles this December. I've instructed my team to take every reasonable offer. We won't lose your business over price. Thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs priced to move. Get year-end savings, top dollar for your trade, and the easiest car buying experience ever. But hurry, these deals end when we hit 2,000 and we ain't leaving nothing on the table. Make it a December to remember only at Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
It's a Stanley Pools Thursday on The Frangie Show. Since 1988, the experts in pools, pavers, screen enclosures, it's Stanley Pools.
We thank our friends from Stanley Pools. What a wonderful job they do. We sure do appreciate them. 904-269-7277. That's the number to call. You gonna be locked in tonight?
Absolutely.
Rams, Hawks.
So I'm gonna be locked into James Gladstone and Tony Baselli, or maybe Liam Cohen will surprise us. We got some Jaguar programming coming up, and it's been outstanding all season. I love hearing from the GM and the EVP.
I do too. They do a great job.
They do a wonderful job. So Duffner's great. Kai.
Duff, by the way.
So I'm locking. I'm gonna be driving around taking care of some errands.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be locked into some Jaguars, and then I'm gonna be I'm gonna be watching Rams Seahawks. Can't wait.
You're right. Kai does a great job. JP. Jeff and Tony and Gladstone. Of course, Jeff does stuff all over the Jaguar Network. Duff
obviously
turned out,
logs too. Yeah.
Boyd Duff turned out great, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Our friend Mark Duffner, who does
they stole him from XL.
Yeah, I mean he does. He does a lot of stuff on our air. Mm-hmm. He does a lot of stuff with the Jags.
He's awesome.
He's
great.
Really good. And by the way, Duff is a great dude.
He's in the press box every Sunday.
Yeah, he is a really, really good dude, and we've been friends a long time. And he stepped right into the media role and knows what he's talking about, and he does a really, really good job. So no, it's great. It's great having Duff around on all the many fronts.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks tonight, though.
Yeah, tell me why.
I just think that I think they can handle Puka with Devontae out, and I do think that they kind of sleptwalked a little bit through the Colts game that they were fortunate to win.
Yeah.
And I think McDaniel might be one of the more underrated up-and-coming coaches in the league. So I think...
And they're at home.
They're at home. It's a short week, travel for the Rams. I think it'll be a close, really close game. I think it could easily come down to the final play or two. But I think the Seahawks pull it out. Look, Jason Myers is making everything he looks at, so maybe it's a Jason Myers walk-off field goal.
Yeah, and it could be. And I'll be... Because that's a big one now. I mean, obviously that's home field throughout, perhaps. Yeah. I mean, that's the and I would think the NFC's been interesting. I think the NFC's really good. The Eagles, they're still 9-5, but they tumbled. The Bears are 10-4. I'm probably
they have a huge game on Saturday.
Yes, they do. And I guess I probably haven't given the Bears enough credit. Like I bemoan other people not giving the Jags enough credit. I'm probably doing the same thing. But I'm not there yet. I don't know that I think the Bears are as good as ever. And again, there's probably somebody in Chicago saying the same thing about the Jags.
Sure.
Yeah. But that's kind of where I am.
Yeah, I get that. I will say Caleb Williams, some of the stuff that he can do on a football field, it's extraordinary. And Ben Johnson has done a really nice job. They have a good running game. It's multiple in terms of the guys that they can hurt you with. And I do think. Obviously Taylor Dahl's our Bears expert. She could speak to it way more intelligently than I could. But it seems like the former administration was really trying to beef up the trenches, and now this administration is getting the dividends of that. Because I think the Bears are good on both lines of scrimmage.
They can run the ball.
Yeah. And so they're a tough out. I mean, I don't know that I'll probably pick the Packers to beat them Saturday, but it's close to a coin flip game, and the game is in Chicago. And Taylor will be there. So
that's the thing. Taylor's there.
Who knows? Maybe I'll end up picking the Bears.
How about that? Because Taylor's going to be there. By the way,
to me,
Taylor's pretty fired
if you're
up.
the Vegas boys and girls, that's got to move the line at least 1.5 points.
She's pretty excited.
At least 1.5 points in favor towards the Bears.
But what's the latest thing they're doing with their stadium? Have you followed this story at all?
Yeah, they're looking at like Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, they look like they may be leaving Illinois.
Interesting.
You can't do that, can they?
Well, the Giants and Jets play in New Jersey.
Yeah,
they have for my whole life.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think it can. It can happen.
Yeah, you're right. It's an odd story. And listen,
the Chiefs wasn't it was it Kansas that was trying to get the Chiefs' new stadium? I think it was.
And they play in Missouri. Maybe.
They play in Missouri.
Yeah.
Whatever state they don't play in, that state was trying to maybe get the new Arrowhead. So I don't think it's like unprecedented if the Bears elect to go that route.
And I think part of it, I've got to believe part of this is leveraging.
Sure.
You're leveraging, and
I love a good saber rattling.
Yeah. And the team owns that in that Arlington Heights area, which is Buffalo Grove. That's all Chicago. It's suburbs of Chicago, and they want to build a dome stadium, but they're still looking for other money as well. It's.
I would hate to see the Bears have a dome.
Yeah,
that just takes away so much from what we love about December. And
I agree.
Football.
Easy for us to say that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I
if I was an owner of a team up there, we would absolutely have a dome.
Yeah, I think you're going to see.
I think it's easier to build your club that way.
I think it cost Aaron Rodgers some Super Bowls by playing outside with Green Bay so many years.
I think you're going to see more and more domes. I just do.
Yeah,
I mean, listen,
a retractable roof.
Yeah, something.
Cincinnati needs one, considering they won't even clear the snow off of the seats for their fans. Let's just violate NFL policy.
Well, that stuff costs money, though.
I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah.
No wonder Joe Burrow's like, get me out of here.
But I mean, if you think about it, the northern teams, Detroit and Minnesota, have all gone to domes for obvious reasons. Now the southern teams, because of the heat, the rain, they're all. I mean, certainly baseball is widely considered. You can't play baseball in Florida or Texas without a dome. You realize that? I mean, nobody wants to play.
In the summertime?
Yeah, you can't play baseball.
Do you think the hunters and gatherers would look at us as soft?
Hunters and gatherers.
We might be a little soft in
hunters
2025 compared to the hunters and gatherers.
I think even people 20 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, think about baseball. Think about baseball for a second. Arizona Dome, Houston Dome,
Texas
Dallas
Rangers.
Dome, Miami Dome. They're going to build a dome. The Rays will have a dome stadium. So 2 in Florida, 2 in Texas, 1 in Arizona. In the Sun Belt where there's gorgeous weather, all dome baseball.
The only city that doesn't need a dome is San Diego, but they don't have anything anymore.
Right.
Because the weather's perfect all year round.
And they do have baseball.
And they have a beautiful park.
And they have a beautiful baseball park. But I mean, if you think about it, it's just interesting that that there's and again, I'll say this: I'll defend the Jaguar people. It's hot. I mean, they needed to cover those seats. They needed to cover the seats.
Yeah.
I mean,
It made all the difference for Hurricanes games, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, having that little roof over there, it's awesome.
Yeah,
and for rain too.
Yeah. So I mean, so what they're doing is making an awful lot of sense. So I'll take the Rams tonight. I mean, normally I'll take a home team in a game like this, but I think the Rams are really good. I think and you're right. Without Devontae Adams, they're not as good. But I think the Rams are really good. I will tell you this too. For the longest time, maybe it was the Detroit years, Hayes, more than the L.A. years, I never thought Matt Stafford was as good as everybody else thought he was. There's something, and again, part of it's because Detroit never won, and he was in Detroit never winning, and I get that. But I never felt like he was as elite as others believed he was. And maybe it was the winning, but boy, he's become elite, hasn't he? I mean, he is
right
truly
there at the top. But this might be the best year he's produced.
It might be his best
He's
year.
got to be like 36 now. He may be older. I don't know. But yeah,
well, he grew up with Clayton Kershaw, who just retired. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, so if you think about it,
I know he was in Tebow's signing class.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, so it's certainly he's been playing football a long time, and he might be having the best year of his career in terms of, obviously he's never won the MVP, and he's got an unbelievable chance. So. Yeah, we'll see. It should be a great game tonight, and I love Thursday night NFL football.
Yeah.
I know, like, the players complain about it, and some people, you shouldn't. I love it. I hope they never get rid of it.
Yeah. Oh, they won't. They won't. I mean, they're going to
add on if anything.
Yeah, they're
going to Thursday.
I want professional football on my TV every night.
The only thing I don't like is sometimes you get in these 4 o'clock windows on Sunday, and you're like, there's 3 games and they all kind of suck.
Yeah.
It's because they do it.
Right.
They'll have so many other.
Well, there was talk at one point that there's too many windows and that they were oversaturated, but I think that went away. I
wish they would just do 425. Get rid of the 405.
Yeah.
I don't get why, because it always overlap.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
The 1 o'clock game.
So, all right, folks, that'll do it for our program. Do want to remind you, Hayes just told you, great Jaguars programming coming up as we get closer and closer to this gigantic game coming up on Sunday. I think Jaguar fans are as excited about this as any road game they've been in a long, long time. It's a 4:05 to JJ's point, a 4:05 kick, and it's going to be an awful lot of fun. You'll hear it, of course, right here on 1010XL and 92.5. That's it. We're out of here. Jaguar programming is next. We'll see you tomorrow from 4 to 6. So long.